I will teach you how to make a timber high-rise building in 5 minutes. Let's start from the beginning. First, you have to really want to do it. You have to look at architecture and realize that you can put someone in a space and make them feel whatever you want, that you have this powerful 3D canvas. Maybe you want to bring people closer to nature with your designs, or maybe you want to help people by making disaster relief architecture, or you're interested in biomimicry, or you want to design an efficient office, hospital, school, house. You want to make people's lives better, make them interact with each other, make the city more beautiful. Or you have simply come to the conclusion that you like math and art, and so you apply and join an architecture school thinking that it is the only way to make art and money, just to realize that you may end up doing neither. This might be one of the first, most intimidating images you will find. First week of architecture, and you have to submit digital floor plans and sections made in AutoCAD of the Schindler House. Soon you will understand that it is just part of the process. The method consists of not teaching you anything, assigning something overwhelming with a close deadline, and letting you figure it out. Don't worry, you will do it eventually. In the first year, you will spend some time figuring out the programs and learning how to think conceptually. You will also spend a lot of time trying to figure out the architectural language, which consists of overcomplicating a simple sentence so that no common person can understand you.
Fenestration.
By this time, your outfit might be matching your preferred beverage and the dark circles under your eyes.
Today's a good day to wear black.
And you will know that you're completely submerged. Also, don't forget to complain to everyone about your hard life. In the second year, you may do something experimental. You will learn new ways to draw and play with new materials. You may find yourself casting soap and then spending hours cutting it into tiny leaves. And people who don't understand will question, why is this architecture? But you will ignore it because it looks good. You may also be assigned to create a microenvironment, and you might finally let your imagination free and end up doing a giant ball of fur that inside is paneled with mirrors and casted little terraces. You might have spent at least $1,000 in your school project over your $50,000 yearly tuition. Besides, who knows how many hours of work, and then you will get to present to 5 professors for like 20 minutes. You may really like your project and you want other people to appreciate it, but because your school doesn't really have a gallery space, you will toss it away. Or you may end up placing it in random spots in school and getting called out to move it around. Eventually, a professor might tell you that they have a friend that can keep your project in a candle factory in exchange for using it in a party, and you happily accept and of course go to the party. After years, you decide to check on Ferguson, only to find out that the person who owned the candle factory was evicted and everything inside was sold, so you will never see Ferguson again. You may ask the person if he has any pictures of the party so you can keep them as a memory, and then the person might send you a really helpful picture that you can put on your portfolio. By this time, you might have run into some existential crisis during late night hours. You might be thinking that your 4-hour class today felt really long and took over your entire afternoon and you're still working, but at least you only have this 2 to 6 p.m. class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the next 5 years of your life. Then you come across some interesting information. Maybe you will think that by this time you could have probably become a doctor or an engineer, except that you will be paid much worse. Maybe you could earn a little more money before turning 50. If you're like the 50% of students that do not drop from architecture school, you will continue to learn a lot more. You will have some downs. You may cut yourself accidentally or get reactions on your face which your dermatologist will attribute to stress, or you might be found sleeping at random places in school. But you will eventually get over it. Partly. Then, just like a movie when you're crying, but then you realize that it's just a movie, you might realize that architecture school is not real life. Then you might have the chance to study abroad and remember why you decided to study architecture. Improving people's lives, pulling them closer to nature, inspiring them, and making them feel something. And then you might be able to go on a fellowship, a traveling fellowship, where you get to do research around the world. And you will be really happy about all that your major has allowed you to see and learn. Then you will look at your weird classmates who pretty much have become your family after 5 years. Then you may get the prompt to build a high-rise timber building. You again might be intimidated by the blank page, but you feel more confident. Then you will come up again with a grand concept. You will go back and forwards with your professor, redlining your design and designing again, creating diagram sections and floor plans. Then you will add mechanical and technical things, and you will realize a lot of things do not work anymore after every change. And you will probably have to rebuild your entire model 3 weeks before class ends. So you rebuild your entire model, and then you produce some drawings, create laser cutting files. Laser cut 3D print, chop wood, assemble glue. And then finally make your timber building come to life.
You should work. To shoot the video. Handsome guy is in the video.
Handsome guys in the video.
Feels like you're filming like Office. My problem is I don't have a girlfriend because of architecture. So if you guys interested to have a girlfriend, contact me. Contact me. My phone number is 626-328.